Hello everybody on YouTube, it's Rawze from Rawze.com here. Working on my truck again today, wow. I'm actually at a friend's shop, so I'm not in my driveway today. It's kind of strange feeling, you know. It's kind of weird, but yeah. I'm out of the rain. Anyways, I'm working on my Prostar 2011 and my airbags. The notorious cab airbag problem. These airbags, and I'm just going to be honest and straight up about this. Okay, this is my experience. Maybe somebody else has different experience, but I've had this truck. It's got 955,000 miles on it. I've had this truck. I've replaced these airbags several times over the years, and let me just say, they went from 380 bucks a piece to 400 to 500, and now they're like 500 bucks a piece. They don't last very long. The airbag itself is great. The rubber, you know, it doesn't leak. They don't hold, not hold air. They don't blow out. But the problem is the way they're designed. The shock is in the center of the airbag. It's inside the airbag, and the shock goes bad. So the cab on the truck, once they go bad, just shakes like mad. Every time you go through Louisiana across I-10, you feel like your teeth are gonna get knocked out of your head. It's so terrible when the shocks go bad. So inevitably you have to keep changing the airbags because it's in the center of the airbag. You can't take it apart. So you got a great airbag and horrible shocks. So what do you do? And 500 bucks a piece? Screw that. I found an alternative. The alternative that I found, and a couple of guys have already installed these on their trucks. I was skeptical. I waited until they actually, ran them for a while, and I'm like, yeah, okay, let me check them out. But I got some good feedback on it, so I'm gonna put it on my truck. So I figured I'd make a YouTube video today about it, and I got their paperwork here. It's from www.bigtruckparts.com, it looks like, and this is called Pro Ride, and it's like it replaces both these airbags with like a bar and some suspension. And what it does, what I was told, I didn't ask them. I was told from a couple of drivers that have them, is basically it uses the Peterbilt airbags and shocks. So you have external shocks now and external airbags, and they're cheap. They're like 30-40 bucks for the shocks instead of 500 every time they start to go bad. So this Pro Ride system, I looked it up. It's about 900 bucks or so, I think. I got them, sent it to me. My wife bought it, and it's less than the price of two airbags. It's more than one airbag, but it's less than the price of two. I'm going to try it this time. Screw these guys if they want too much money for this and they don't last that long. I'm going to find a solution. So I'm going to put this Pro Ride system on. We're going to make a YouTube video on putting it on, and as best we can. I've never done this before, so we'll probably be fumbling around like a couple of idiots. I'll get my friend to help me. He runs this shop here. His name's Jerry, and I'll get him to help me a little bit, and we'll put this thing on and see how it goes. So let's get started. Let's take the thing out of the box and start taking parts off, and we'll get started. All right, let me see here. This thing says, okay. There's our phone number. You can see that in the video. Anyway, not really trying to advertise for these guys, just figured I'd show what I got. Anyway, got this, came with this airbag, two airbags, there's a shock, some kind of Gabriel shock there, and this side, I suppose, looks to me like maybe it goes like this. Like that. Guess we'll find out. Would be no fun to read the instructions, would it? My cab leans a tiny bit, but it used to lean real bad, and for a long time I couldn't figure it out. And I found out what it is. It's actually the front mounts, the front cab mounts right under here, right under there. Now this one over here on this side was lower And how I found it was I measured from the cab mount to the floor, and then I measured the other side cab mount to the floor, and I measured the frame to the floor, and I found that this mount was low. So that side over there, I don't think you can adjust it. I wasn't able to figure out how to adjust it. But this side over here is pretty adjustable. You just loosen the bolts. Just make sure you put a jack or something under it, you know, from the floor up or the ground up. Get the weight on it. Loosen the bolts a little bit. You can actually bring this one up a little bit, and that's how I leveled it out. I measured from between the frame and the bottom of the cab on both sides, and got it level up here. And when I did, lo and behold, the back was level again. So that's what kept getting me. So I got that done. Just need to put this other system in. If you just try to put a jack on this one beam by itself, it'll bend it. I don't want that to happen. I don't want my truck messed up. So we're going to put a wooden beam across there, and then we're going to jack up the wooden beam and let the cab rest on the wooden beam from the middle. So let's get some wood under here. Jack. Get that going. Alright, so what are we doing here? We're going to put it right there. Because you can't put it here because the bracket's going to go there. So we got to move it. Put the beam there, yeah. Looks like you got a little porta power there. You know, at the house, I just use another 4x4 and a floor jack. Yeah, in the driveway, yeah. So this will work too. We get that jacked up. That's it. We got the weight. Simple as pie. All right. Now we can take it apart.
What's that?
So now we can take the airbag and stuff off of it. Now that we have the weight. You want to see my 18mm nuts? Let me give you a close-up. Here, just close-up. Alright, I want to get that joke you told earlier on video, man.
What joke?
That joke you said the doctor told you to get in shape.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you say?
I went to the doctor, and he was talking about my weight. Said I need to get in shape. And I said, I am in shape. Last time I checked, Round was in shape.
That's good. Oh, now you really cheating, man. You making me look bad. I got all them hand tools at home.
This is hand tool.
Oh.
Ratchet.
There you go. Slide that in there for safety, yeah.
How many of these we got?
There you go. That's a lot better.
Come on, boy. I should let pressure off of it a little bit.
There you go. Whoa, not too much. It's starting to lean.
Alright, we're good to go. We're safe now. Tell me when you're ready.
Spin them, please.
I'm on the
Oh, the handy tool, huh?
hand tool. Insert in the hole.
Insert into hole. There you go. And lift.
Hold up. Ready?
Go ahead.
Take the last bolt out. And you have tension on it, so
There it goes.
it's got a lot of tension. So there's the airbag off.
All right. That's the old airbag.
Give that a little better access to it.
She got some penetrating oil over there. 50-50 transmission mix. That's transmission fluid and acetone mix. Yeah.
Move this line here.
All right, what you got? You got to flip back over.
Yeah, I flipped it over and was going to take this bolt here loose, but then I noticed these nuts under here. So I took these nuts loose. And when I removed this bar, I found slotted.
Okay, so
slotted
it's
plate.
slotted, yeah.
So that's how you're going to adjust your side to side on your cab.
Now, is that plate welded in there, or is it
No,
slide?
slide.
Okay.
So this can't be put on until you get it under the truck and get your truck cab centered.
And this is going to be flipped the other way, so that's got to sit on top.
Right, that'll be
So
sitting
you
on
just
top.
basically put that on top first. Okay.
Put the nut, keep it from falling out.
Yeah. Let's say we're having to figure this one out as we go, so first one we've done, so looks good. Real. Read that off. 83009 15356, whatever those numbers are. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's the replacement shock for it. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. So this is y'all's donation to Rawze.com, putting this on for me?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's kind of cool. All right, what we got here? We got a leveling valve on that side.
Yeah.
Let me get a shot of that. Let me get a shot of that leveling valve in here.
There's a bracket.
Oh, yeah.
The bracket mounts to the frame, which holds
Yeah,
the
and then you get the...
leveling valve.
Yeah, you got to put that bracket back on. Cool.
So this side over here, we'll just go mount this side piece. Just put the bolts in it, hold it in place. This side here, we'll leave this plate off so that we can slide that bar across to the other side. If you had it up here, you couldn't slide it across, so we'll leave it laid down and we can slide that thing up in here.